Well, hello, folks. Rex Washington here. Welcome back to another episode of Fighting the Fighters. Yes, welcome. We're here for episode 13. Wow, 13 weeks we've been doing this, and the numbers just keep rising. And I'm very excited to once again sit down and talk with all these amazing people that have come down to the studio to be a part of the show. And I hope you all continue to enjoy watching. But, of course, this show can only keep going as long as there is traction. If you people keep watching and keep clicking, then there'll be more episodes, more guests, and, well, more's me, so please do enjoy. Well, hello, folks. Rex Washington here, and welcome back to the show. We have our first guest here with us today, so let us bring them up onto the stage, and why don't we, well, get things started.
What's up, man?
Oh, hello.
Oh, fancy place you got.
Oh, thank you very much.
Bad, not bad at all. Yeah. Interviews. I'm not good with these type of things, but check your shot, man.
Well, I mean, some of the folks that I've interviewed from Firefinder aren't too familiar with interviews, but they do their best. So I do appreciate the effort that they do put in whenever they come onto my show. They do show some air of professionalism.
Professionalism. All right.
Also, is there a reason why you
I
have your dagger out currently?
It's just my thing, I just have this out and about. Someone might rob you one day. Maybe you. Maybe me.
Yeah, right. Well, why don't you introduce yourself to the camera and those watching at home?
All right. Yeah. Hello, good people. It is I, Guru Majima. That's right. The great lieutenant of the Yakuza. And I'm here to kick some ass. Isn't that right? What we're supposed to do around here. Yeah.
Well, that is quite the intro.
Yes. Ooh.
So,
I'm sure those people in those cameras could take some money.
Well, I'm curious. Why is someone like yourself a part of Flight Finder? What made you want to join in the first place?
Well, first off, I'm everywhere. I go everywhere. And I just like to kill people. Well, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to kill people here, but,
I mean, they do allow death matches, but that's only if both parties are willing to partake.
Ooh, yes. All right, that's perfect for me then. Ooh. Well, I'm all about making money. I work at a construction company, actually, Majima Construction. I'm not sure if you heard about that, but I'm pretty good at building things and tearing them down.
I see.
That's all I do. So, what other questions you got about me?
Well, I'm curious. What kind of skills do you bring to the table? A lot of the folks in Firefinder have many different martial skills, different abilities, and magical prowess. I'm curious what separates you from the rest to give you that extra edge in combat.
Well, you see, I'm good with taxes. Taxes, running a business, money. I'm good at killing people. I'm good at beating them up. My thing. I kidnapped a couple of people before to get at my little old Kirucha. Isn't that right? If you're watching at home. But I've got a lot of things that people think that me, a regular human, don't have. But I've got many abilities that they haven't seen. Oh, just stay wait till I get on that battlefield and show how these rookies, how it's really done. Yeah.
Let's see. And, what goals or aspirations do you want to accomplish by being a part of Fight Finder?
Ooh, my goals, my goals, my goals. My goals are varied. My goal is to eventually fight the one, the only, the Dragon of Dojima once he gets out of here. Or maybe reach the top. I don't know. Get to the top! I don't know if you heard about that song.
Hmm.
But I'm all about variedness, you know. I don't need a main goal. I just know where I'm going.
I see. I see. Well, from what I know, the current top combatant is Job. He is quite strong from what I hear, and what I've seen from the fight. I've actually been on our show before. He is quite something.
Ah, alright. Sounds interesting. I'll see if he interests me. But I'll take its time. Right now, I'm just fighting my little spot and all these people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And have you gotten a chance to fight yet? As being a part of Fight Finder.
Oh, well, yes, I have. In fact, not even a few minutes ago, I was in an unofficial match that I just broke into, and I just started fighting, and eventually now I'm here.
And how was your first taste of some of the combatants in Fight Finder? What did you think about them?
They seem like pretty experienced people. I think it's gonna be a load of fun. Oh, just how fun it will be. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the skills that they portray, do you think that they will be a challenge for you, or do you believe that you can adapt well to the combatants of Fight Finder by seeing what you
Hey,
from what you witnessed?
fighting is all about adaptation. If you don't adapt, what are you really? Are you even a fighter if you can't fight till the end? If you lose and you just keep losing and you just stay down, you just gotta keep fighting, man.
Mm-hmm.
What is a loser? A loser just stays down on the ground, gives up. The winner is the one who doesn't give up, even if he's down. And that's what I'm gonna do. And I never give up.
I see. I see.
Never. But we'll see how things go. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. And are you excited to get to witness some of the other combatants that are a part of Fight Finder and seeing what they have to offer and their skills and
Oh yes, oh yes. In fact, me and a couple of the Majima construction gang have been writing notes about them. I've been keeping them all right in here to learn and see what else they got and see what I can do about it. But we'll see.
are there any that may prove to be a challenge for you from your notes, or have yet to find anyone?
There are quite a few, though I'm not sure if I should mention them. Most of them's got magical abilities and things like that. I've got magic. Some people don't know that, but I've seen their abilities. But I think I can manage enough. It just takes time, and time is all I got.
I see. I see. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And do you
I think the worst part about it. Oh, yeah.
And do you feel like through being a part of Fight Finder, you'll be able to increase your own skills and learn some new tricks for yourself to bring back home?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. These new tricks are gonna knock Kamarocho, Sanpori, and Kiru-chan right off his fucking feet. I don't know, can I curse in this?
You're free to, yes.
Right off his fucking feet! That's right. I'll be the most powerful Yakuza that they have ever known. And Kiru-chan's gonna have to adapt to that. Maybe I'll tell Sajima about it.
I see. I see. You've spoken a lot about this Kiryu-chan. Is he a rival of yours?
You could say that. A little rival with his big, muscular, boiled-up body when we fight back in 1988. And until now, oh, I think he's gone right now into hiding. I can't do anything about that. It's Yakuza business, you know. That's just how it goes. But he's a strong guy. And I always fight the strong guy. He'll come around.
I see.
He'll come around.
Well, Fight Finder has a lot of strong opponents here that you might pique your fancy.
Oh, yeah. It'll be quite a bit of fun, as I say. But don't worry. Don't worry. I show mercy often. Don't worry about it. You know, get go get that.
And do you think that your adaptability might cause other opponents to struggle against you?
Oh, they haven't seen how I fight yet. At least most of them.
Hmm.
The people today only got a taste of what I got, and they're gonna see the Mad Dog of Shimano showing how it's truly done. Oh yeah, baby. Majima does what Majima do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Well, that's all the questions that I have for you today. But before I let you go, do you have any closing remarks? Anything you want to promote? Anyone you want to call up personally to close this out?
let me think here for a sec. Uh, uh, oh, what's a good thing? Some good words, some good words. All right, I'm calling out you, Cosmo. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. That's it, the end of the show. Let's get the hell out of here.
Cut the cameras. Well, hello, folks. Rex Resistant here, and welcome back to the show. We have our second guest of the evening here with us today, so let's bring them up onto the stage and let's have ourselves a lovely little chat.
These curtains are heavy. Ugh. Hey.
Hello. Well, it's nice to have you here with us today. Thank you for coming on to the show.
Thank you for inviting me here.
No, you're quite welcome. Yeah, so I've been having great enjoyment just getting to chat with a lot of the combatants and the sponsors in Fight Finder. A lot of them have very deep and convoluting stories. It's also nice to hear about all their goals and
Of course,
aspirations.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into the meat and potatoes of everything, why don't you introduce yourself to the camera and those watching at home?
My name's Johanna. I'm a combatant Fight Finder. And I'm the one that typically has, well... these.
Ah, the fancy spectral hands.
I call it currents. At least that's the name I've given it.
Cards. Okay. So,
Yeah, currents, yeah.
well, Johanna, it is nice to have you on the show. So, what made you want to join 500 in the first place?
Story of how I found out was a bit of a convoluted one. When I first actually sort of... Is there a term that people like to use when somebody first leaves their own reality and discovers a wider metaverse? Is there a term people like to use for that?
Probably, but I have no idea what it is. Someone probably does.
Well, shortly after that happened, I kind of was just wandering around for a bit. For a while I was staying at the Togera station, until about one night or so I heard a bunch of screaming coming from behind the tailor shop. Apparently they were doing something called a rage cage. I didn't partake in it that month, but I got curious, asked around, found out about Fight Finder. I downloaded the app and I made my, to be a bit dramatic, I made my debut at some disco club. At the time, such lights and electronical stuff was very confusing to me. I'm a lot more used to it now, months later, but back then it was like an eyesore and a half, to say the least. I think I remember learning I could anchor myself to the ground if I put Currents' fingers into the ground itself that time, and then just everything just kind of flowed from there.
Interesting.
But, you know, it was back in April, I think.
Interesting. Um. So, have you been in a lot of fights since your debut?
Oh my! If there's any gathering going on, I'm usually heading to it. Doesn't matter how late it is in the current reality I've made residence in. I will stop everything and just go there.
Wow, so you're
I have fought.
quite dedicated then.
I mean, it's not like I have much to do, and I'd rather blow out a bunch of steam than rather let it build up, you know?
I see. And, through 500, have you found yourself having any goals or aspirations, things you want to accomplish, by being a part of this, I guess, community, as people have been calling it?
Honestly, when I first popped up, no. I guess there was a no back then, but now After hearing that some people appear to be actual fans of my appearances, which has confused me because I just punch people. Like, that's nothing compared to...
So you're starting to become a bit of a celebrity then, are you?
I'm not gonna say I am one, but I am noticing, like, the signs, if that makes any sense. I think the other day I was in the crowd.
People are starting to recognize
The other day.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, like, actually. I went to somewhere completely unrelated to Pathfinder the other day, over to the Mushroom Kingdom, and I'm pretty sure, like, one or two folks recognized me from the arena. It's jarring, to say the least. Like, it's the metaverse, you know, thousands, if millions, trillions universes out there, and I'm being recognized in ones I haven't even visited. Clearly my name's being spread. And thankfully for good reasons.
From what I've understood, a lot of the 500 events are live streamed on television for most to partake in viewing, so it's become quite widespread.
I mean, have you seen some of the things I do on the arena before each fight? I'm very much aware of that, of how televised it is. I've pretty much taken the approach of... So, there's like this old, like, 21st century, like, TV wrestling craze or something. I've very much taken a similar approach to that, only going actually real, like incredibly, like, hard, like, really hard on, like, how I do things, I guess.
I see.
Instead of careful planning, it's, okay, let's see how they do it, and I adjust accordingly. Gotta keep it entertaining.
And that
I'm constantly just swinging all four of my arms about, like, before each fight.
And that bit of, I'll say, charisma that you bring to the arena, does it, like, boost your ratings in some way? Do you feel like people are, like, really starting to see you as some type of celebrity in a way, or is it more just for your own little bit of fun?
I don't think it's been that long enough for me to make that assertion. I'll probably have an answer by, like, December, but at the moment I'd say it's like half and half.
I see.
I mean, I think I was recognized on, like, Redstone of all places, and granted, like, it doesn't take as long for me to go there as it takes to other places, but, like, still, just astounds me, really.
Yes.
I even saw someone who had, like, a screenshot of one of my fights as a wallpaper in Saphira on their phone.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It was really confusing.
It is quite surreal when a lot of these combatants know that they have some type of fame in other places, or others have a bit of infamy given their demeanors. What kind of, like, persona are you wanting to portray as a combatant?
If anything, honestly, I don't know. One moment I'm going in as a very carefully planned out mage, like with that one woman a few weeks ago, in which it was a duel of magic. I'm not sure if you saw that or not, but it was honestly one of the most fun fights I had been in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was also the pure strength aspect of it all. Like for example, when I somehow managed to stay standing after fighting Gormander, which I didn't even think was possible. I went in there fully expecting to test out how much my regeneration can take me.
Mm.
I walked away from that. And other times, I'm a fun little punching bag for everyone's entertainment. So I guess I'm just a little bit of something for everyone.
I see.
If that's not too corny.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned a bit about your skills, but I want to delve a bit deeper in that. What kind of separates you from the rest of the combatants with their varying levels of martial prowess, their different abilities and skills that they use, but what kind of gives you that extra edge in combat to, help ensure you a victory?
I'd say it would be adaptability and versatility. I don't just have currents of my arsenal. I also have my spells, which at the moment mostly just range between some basic ice elemental spells and an Eldritch Blast. Like, let's say for example, I'm stuck in a punching flurry and it's going to be difficult for me to get out. Very simple. I can tank an Eldritch Blast, most people can't. And if they can, it'll stagger them. So I just launch it at my feet and let the blast radius do the rest. Do I need to slow someone down? So I can just, like, socket them across the field? Ice Shards. Do I need to absolutely throw someone off their game? Or, if they're big enough, impale them? The Ice Wall. Or, if I'm completely out of options, my bare hands. Or a sword.
Well, then you have quite
All about being able to adapt.
There's a lot of fighters I've noticed have learned to use that adaptability. As a lot of I've seen a lot of fighters have these different arsenals, different multiple kits and weapons that they summon to switch up things mid-fight to keep a lot of their opponents on their toes. And is that something that you try to employ as well, trying to switch things up as quickly as possible to kind of throw off your opponent's rhythm or balance?
I would kind of say yes. Yeah. Like, for example, in the fights of my good dear friend Armsy, I very much switch things up constantly. I'll throw in a few punches barehanded, or, in fact, last night actually, I discovered a new technique. I learned that if I time it just right, and let's say, maybe it's a bit of a bad idea for me to reveal the secret, that maybe they'll figure it out, but I don't know. But basically, I take out currents like this. I summon none. They block the one punch, leaving them open. Then the moment they do that, unsummon and right in the gut.
Interesting.
Or being able to, like, just absolutely throw someone. And I do genuinely mean throw someone. I don't know how much currents can lift up, but I was able to lift up a car before with it. So
hey, that's pretty
if I can
good.
lift up a car, I can definitely lift up a person.
Yes.
I also crushed a car.
Wow.
Which makes me concerned.
Yeah, well, I've seen most people crush cars in my time in, I guess the metaverse, as people have been calling it. It seems to be common feat for most beings, but... And I guess with the cybernetics, it does tend to boost one's prowess, so it's not that surprising. But again, it is interesting to see that these currency call can lift so much weight, as usually magic can only go lift some magics that I've known can only lift so much weight, but a car, that's like a few tons at least.
I mean, there is the fact that underneath the very thick aura, there are genuine bones being manifested.
Really?
It's a bit hard to tell with the haziness, but
Interesting.
I hope not do this too much in an interview or I'll tire myself out, but... Here, look at the arm.
Oh,
If you
yes.
look right for the bandages, you'll see the bone.
Yes, I do see there is a bit of bone there. Let's see, we can get the camera to do a bit of a close-up. Oh, yes, we do see the bones now.
Combine that with an incredibly thick amount of ki wrapped around it, and you have something that you really do not want to be the receiving end of unless you are stocked up on healing supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I do adjust my strength, I still leave quite the impact.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Well, that is quite something. And that's not something that I've seen before, so it's quite unique in its own right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. So we kind of did touch on how you say you've been to a lot of events, you fought many different people. But is there one fight that sticks out to you, one that is very memorable for you?
Oh, that's a lot of fights. That's a lot of them.
Hmm.
There was that one, and then there was this one, and that one, and that one, and this one. This is probably going to sound a bit cliche,
Mm-hmm.
but fuck, I've forgotten their name. There was this one girl just did. I think it was purple or something. It was that one fight with the metric shitload of magic just thrown around. It was purely a spectacle and a half, to say the least. Ice being thrown around, shields being put down. I got covered in thorns at one point. Had to quite literally bite my way through that.
Wow.
And I really do mean bite. These teeth are quite literally very sharp. I've had them called shark teeth before, actually.
Wow.
And just everything about that. It was just amazing, that fight. You'd think it was choreographed ahead of time, but no, it genuinely wasn't.
Wow. Wow. And was that your first time fighting against a fellow mage?
I don't think so, no, but to be honest, with the amount of times I've had to regenerate my brain matter, my memory is not the best.
Let's see.
As in, a healing factor is good and all, but, like, brain damage is still brain damage at the end of the day.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the combatants have some type of brain damage with all the blows they're taking to the head.
Yeah, especially that one with the cybernetics, the one that's always shirtless. Barm, I think their name is.
Oh yes, Barmley. I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard about him being mentioned in a lot of my interviews.
Yeah, bless their heart, but fucking hell, they are reckless and a half. I almost had half a mind to directly intervene in a fight they were in because I thought they were about to die. That would have been poor sportsmanship.
And let's kind of move into another direction. You've gotten to know a lot of the fighters in Fight Finder, correct?
Not everyone, but I'd say I know plenty.
Yeah. In your most honest opinion, which of the combatants that you are most familiar with could be seen as a role model for people?
That's actually... Honestly, I'd say there's a tie between, Max and Armsy, actually.
Really?
Max is very physically active. Max is very lighthearted, very friendly competition sort of vibe. I think that's the word people are using. Armsy is inventive. They're a genius. I mean, pretty sure they designed those arms by themselves. They know how to look through the bright side of almost any situation, from what I've seen of them. Those two combined are just small little beacons of light, in my personal opinion. And good friends. I'm pretty sure those two actually got to be guest announcers recently.
Oh wow, that's quite something.
I think.
Yes, both Max and Armsy have been on my show before, and they were a delight to talk to.
Well, of course they were.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is more of just more based on your own bias, but do you have like a favorite fighter, one that you'd see them walk into the ring and you'd be rooting for and cheering for them to win their match?
That's actually a bit tough. Um, hmm, that's actually really tough. I guess I could say maybe. Fuck, what is their name? What is their name? It is. Not okay. It's one of the big gorillas. The one that's wearing the Hawaiian shirt. I think Guradon. Yeah, Guradon. That's their name.
Garudon.
They're such an honest sweetheart. Like honestly, they are. They're such a sweetheart, and I root for them anytime I see them fighting. As I am also equally terrified and impressed at the same time at the way they fight. I have fought them before, and needless to say, I don't need to say much, actually. I was terrified in my life, which is not something I find typically. I wasn't even terrified with Gormander.
Wow.
Gurdon, however, I was terrified all the right ways.
Wow. Well, Garudon is quite the large ape, but I've seen him fight, and he is quite the primal, and with his fighting style.
Of course. They just, I don't know. They got that big and cozy, gentle giant sort of feeling, you know.
I see. Now, let's flip the coin a little bit, and is there a fighter that you would see as a rival for you, one you want to one day overcome or surpass? The one with the green jacket. I think Job is their name. Yeah, Job. I have fought them on several occasions. Several. I've gotten very close to bringing them to the ground. I got seconds away from bringing them to the ground. But I'm always saved by the bell. And I'm just convinced that if I just have a little bit more time with them, and a lot more luck, maybe luck is the main thing fucking me over, but like, there's such a test of skill in all the perfect ways. That and their big friend, that and their massive friend of theirs, the purple one, they were great at easing me into Fight Finder at first. I actually met the one at the disco party fight combination gathering. Yeah, so we've had Job on the show before, and he was quite the eccentric fellow. Quite the foul mouth on him, but he was quite interesting to talk to.
I mean, that's what a lot of adrenaline does to someone. You kind of run out of words to say, but you need to fill up the space between, and usually the quickest ones to say are, well, explicit. Typically one syllable.
I see.
Even if actually two.
Well, that is all the time we have for today, but, do you have any closing remarks, anything you want to promote, or, anything you want, or anyone you want to call up personally, before we, close things out here?
Yeah, kind of. This is less of a advertisement and more of a, would this actually be a genuine service? So, for those listening at home, you probably know at least one or two people who have been resurrected at some point in their lives. Maybe that person was resurrected willingly, maybe they were brought back against their will, much like myself. Or maybe you just know someone that's undead and been necromanced or something. If there was a small little group, like a support group of some kind, for undead or resurrected who are brought back against their will, you, the viewer, do you think that would be a genuine contribution to those who need that? Or is that just a wasted endeavor? I'll leave that up to you, and I'll be reading the comment section carefully on that.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming onto my show and sitting down with me and having a little chat.
Yeah,
It was lovely to talk with you.
thank you.
Good luck in your endeavors, and I hope that you to see you at least get that victory against Job that you are so hoping to one day get.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Watch your steps, motherfucker. Yeah.
All right then. Well, we will cut the cameras here and get ready for our next guest. Well, folks, that is the end of our show. Thank you so very much for watching, as always. Hope you all enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed talking with everyone that came on tonight. And of course, as always, up next we have Cooking with Fire on, so do stay tuned for that. Till then, this is Rex Restenton, signing off.